Okay, my dear students, so welcome back to the chapter molecular basis of inheritance. So, in the last class, we have discussed about Griffith's experiment in search of the genetic material. So, where he had mentioned about the transforming principle, and later we saw how exactly Avery, McCarthy and MacLeod's experiment was successful in making the biochemical characterization of the genetic material. And this trio's work was very successful in locating DNA as the genetic material for the first time. But since it happened for the first time, many still did not believe that DNA has the genetic material. Still, many had the strong argument that the protein should be the genetic material, because protein was known to many and it was one of the very familiar molecule for all the biologists. That is why still many started arguing that DNA won't be the genetic material. That is why it needed one more experiment for the confirmation of the DNA as a genetic material. So, this time two scientists, Hershey and Chase, they conducted an experiment which was slightly different from the experiments conducted by Griffith as well as Avery, McCarthy and MacLeod. So, this time they have selected a virus and Escherichia coli for their experimentation. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಗ್ರಿಫಿತ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಪ್ಟೋಕೋಕಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಮೋನಿಯೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾವನ್ನು ಅದನ್ನು ಇಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದರು. ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಎ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ, ಸೊ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ different biomolecules like carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, both nucleic acid, DNA as well as RNA. But when we consider a virus, ಒಂದು virus ಅನ್ನು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ virus has only protein and genetic material. It has only two different types of biomolecules. That's why here you see most of the scientists had the confusion between, or they needed clarification between whether the protein or the DNA, whether the protein or the nucleic acids, which among these two playing the role of genetic material. ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಮತ್ತು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ DNA ಅಥವಾ RNA ಮೇಲೆ. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಈ ಸಲ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ವೈರಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ವೈರಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಏನು ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವೈರಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಮತ್ತು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಈ ಎರಡು ಬಯೋಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ರೋಲನ್ನು ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಸಾಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಹೌ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ದೇರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್. ನಾ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಫೇಜ್ ವೈರಸ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ PU. And this bacteriophage has, as you studied there in the first PU, it has a protein coat, we call it as a capsid, and inside it has a genetic material DNA. Now, for their experimentation, they have cultured bacteriophage under a special setup. So, in one particular culture, they have used radioactive phosphorus, P32. In other set of culture, they have used radioactive sulfur. Sulfur S35. So these two are the radioactive isotope. Now this one is the radioactive isotope of phosphorus and this one is the radioactive isotope of sulfur. Now they have cultured bacteriophages. They have cultured bacteriophage. They have cultured bacteriophages in two separate media. This media had radioactive phosphorus and this media had radioactive sulfur. So now you may ask why they have specifically taken radioactive phosphorus and radioactive sulfur. Now you see the confusion was there between protein and the nucleic acid, protein and the DNA. Now phosphorus is one of the important component of DNA or the nucleic acid in general because it has a phosphate group. We discuss it in detail later. Now here sulfur is one of the important component of certain amino acids. That is why sulfur is found in proteins. That is why they wanted to label protein using the radioactive sulfur. They wanted to label protein using the radioactive sulfur and they wanted to label nucleic acid DNA, nucleic acid DNA using the radioactive phosphorus. Now what exactly they have done? As a result, bacteriophage produced under this particular culture had radioactive DNA. And what is the result here? Since they have cultured bacteriophages in this set using radioactive isotope of sulfur, since sulfur is present in the protein, here protein of the bacteriophage became radioactive. The DNA had ordinary phosphorus. Now you see the difference. In this case DNA became radioactive and in this case protein became radioactive. So hereafter work is very simple. They made these two special type of bacteriophages. One is with radioactive DNA and other one is with radioactive protein to infect Escherichia coli. And we know that bacteriophages are a special type of viruses which specifically infect certain bacteria. And here the host is going to be Escherichia coli bacteria, E. coli bacteria. Now here they made these bacteriophages to infect Escherichia coli bacteria. Now it is like this, can be studied in 3 different steps. You will find Escherichia coli bacteria here taken in 2 separate batches. We have Escherichia coli bacteria here. So, made this virus called bacteriophage to infect the bacteria, and here you see it has the radioactive DNA, and here you see we are having the radioactive protein, and here we do not know which molecule will enter into the bacterial cell. The molecule which is supposed to enter into the bacterial cell should be the genetic material. So, that is why you see here we are having the bacteriophage, with the P32 radioactive phosphorus, and here you will find Escherichia coli bacteria, and here you will find bacteriophage with the radioactive sulfur S35. Okay. Now, this step is called infection. First step called infection. Okay. If once the infection is over, now you see during the infection genetic material supposed to enter into the bacterial cell. Genetic material supposed to enter into the bacterial cell, and they were trying to find out whether the DNA or the protein coat makes the entry into the bacterial cell. Okay. Now, second step is called blending. That is why this experiment is also known as a Blender's experiment. Second step is called blending. So, what exactly they have done here? They have put this mixture. Now, we know that during the infection, viral coat will come and bind with the bacterial cell externally. Now, with the blending, what they have done? They have separated bacterial cell from the debris of a bacteriophage. Okay. Okay. So, blending. So, they have separated. Blending ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಿಕ್ಸಿ ಥರ ಇರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಜಾರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಡ್ರ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಆಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂಟಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ವೈರಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೋ ಅದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಬ್ಲೆಂಡರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕೂಡ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ through the blending they have separated debris of viral particles from the bacterial cell. Okay. Then The next step is called centrifugation. Centrifugation. Often you come across the term centrifugation in chemistry. So, what exactly they have done in the centrifugation? So, in the centrifugation, so they have separated in the centrifugation, they have separated lighter viral particles from heavier bacterial cells. Andre, if you take the mixture in a test tube, if you take the mixture in a test tube and then if you centrifugate it, take the mixtures, they are in a test tube and you get it centrifugated, what will happen? The heavier bacterial cells get accumulated there in the bottom, and the lighter debris of the virus get suspended there in the supernatant. Hope you got. Centrifugation ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರನ್ನು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಸೆಂಟ್ರಿಫಿಗೇಷನ್ ಮಿಷಿನಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ರೊಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬನ್ನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಹಾಕಿ ತುದಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹಗ್ಗ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ನೀವು ರೊಯ್ಯ 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 ತಿರುಗಿಸಿದರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೆವಿಯರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಬಾಟಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಲೈಟರ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಟಾಪಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಆಗ ಹೆವಿಯಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸು ಬಾಟಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನು ಡೆಬ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವೈರಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಲೈಟರ್ ಇದೆ ಟಾಪಲ್ಲಿ ಸೂಪರ್ನೇಟೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಎರಡೂ ಕೇಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಸೊ ಬೋತ್ ದಿ ಕೇಸಸ್ they have taken the mixtures through the centrifugation and they have separated bacterial cells and debris of the viral particles. And now then what did they observe after doing centrifugation? Very interestingly, the result or the confirmation of the genetic material was waiting there. Now here after the centrifugation they came to know that in this batch, in this case, in this experiment, in this particular set of experiment, they have observed radioactivity there in the bottom. So radioactivity, they observed radioactivity or radioactivity there in the bottom. That means radioactivity in bacterial cells. Bacterial cells and no radioactivity there in the supernatant. No radioactivity. No radioactivity in the supernatant. But now you see, we had radioactive DNA there with the virus, and during the infection genetic material got inserted into the bacterial cell. As a result you see, genetic material entered into the bacterial cell and the rest of the molecule, maybe DNA or the protein, remained outside the bacterial cell. And after the centrifugation, we came to know that radioactivity is observed inside the bacterial cell. What does it mean? Here radioactive molecule is DNA, that is why DNA made the entry into the bacterial cell, that is why DNA is the genetic material. Now, this first set of experiment itself once again proved that DNA is the genetic material, but in their experiment they got a double confirmation. Now, you see here they have used radioactive protein and made the radioactive protein containing bacteriophage to infect the Escherichia coli bacteria, and here genetic material supposed to enter the Escherichia coli bacteria during the infection, and after blending you see the viral debris and the bacterial cells got separated, and here you see they have observed radioactivity not there with the bacterial cell. Andre ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ? Protein has not entered into the bacterial cell. Then if it is not the protein, it should be the DNA, and they found radioactive protein there in the supernatant. So, radioactive supernatant, radioactive supernatant, and they did not observe radioactivity there with the bacterial cells. No radioactivity. No radioactivity observed there with the bacterial cells. Okay. So, it once again proved and confirmed that DNA is the genetic material. So, in this way Hershey and Chase were very successful in confirming once again that DNA only is the genetic material. Now, you see there they have confirmed. Now, you see Griffith, Avery, McCarthy and MacLeod, there they have confirmed that DNA is the genetic material, but they are in a bacteria. Here they have confirmed, once again confirmed it, that DNA is the genetic material even in the viruses. Now, after this particular experiment, every biologist started believing in this particular concept of accepting DNA as the genetic material. So, here onwards DNA became the hero of the life, and now you see once you come to know about the importance of DNA in every living being, most of the biologists and the entire world was very much curious to know, study and understand the aspects related to the DNA. That is why hereafter the genetics, a special branch of biology, got emerged very much, and the scientists started concentrating themselves in making the study of this DNA. Now, as they started studying about the aspect of genetic material, biologists have listed out a few of the important character a particular molecule supposed to fulfill to play the role of genetic material. Now, we will go through it. You might be asked with a 2-mark question. Name the properties of genetic material, or what are the properties a molecule must fulfill to play the role of genetic material. Properties required for a molecule to play the role of genetic material. Now you see, genetic material is the molecule supposed to be present in every cell of the living beings to, as I mentioned in the introduction class, to store, to copy, to transfer, to express and to regulate different characters related to an organism. Now you see, this particular molecule should play the role of a leader in a particular cell. And what are the properties needed for this particular molecule? So they are: molecule should have the ability to generate its replica. Ability to generate its replica. ಒಂದು ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲಿಗೆ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಇದ್ದು ರೋಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ, ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲಿಗೆ ಅದರ ರೆಪ್ಲಿಕಾವನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಎಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಈಸ್ the molecule should be chemically and structurally stable. Molecule should be chemically and structurally stable. Molecule ಗೆ chemical stability ಇರಬೇಕು, ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಗೆ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಓವರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಗೆ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೇಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಾಗಲೂ ತನ್ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರನ್ನು ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ದೆನ್ ದ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ scope for slow changes through mutations, which is needed for the evolution, Molecule should be chemically and structurally stable. ಹಂಗಂತೇಳಿ ತುಂಬ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. It should also provide scope for changes but slow. How it can bring in the changes? Through mutations. why these mutations or the changes are needed? To bring the evolution, because as the environment surrounding gets changed, even the organism should also get themselves updated through the changes. And lastly, it should have the ability to express as Mendelian characters. As Mendelian characters. Now you see, it has stored the information. It has stored the information, but it should have the ability to bring out the expression. ಅಂದರೆ ಕೆಲವರು ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋದು ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆ ಮೇಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಆದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಇನ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ ವೇ, DNA might be having a lot of storage, but if it is not successful in bringing timely expression, it's of no use. What do you mean by Mendelian character? Now you see, it has to be expressed. Now it is something like, ನಾನು ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಈ ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಥರ ಮೀಸೆ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನನಗೆ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಮೀಸೆ ಬಂದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಮುಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಶ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಮೆಂಡೇಲಿಯನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರು 25 ವರ್ಷ ಆದರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮೀಸೆ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲವಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಜೀನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಬಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ 25, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನೋ ಯೂಸ್. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಈ 4 ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸನ್ನು ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ದ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ಲೇ ದ ರೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ಸೊ ಐ ರಿಪೀಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ನಾವು ಯಾವತ್ತು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಲೀಡರಿಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಲೀಡರ್ ತನ್ನಂತೆಯೇ ಹಲವು ಲೀಡರ್ಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಹೊಂದಿರಬೇಕು. That means it should have the ability to generate its replica. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಲೀಡರ್ ಅವ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಹೆಲ್ದಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೂಡ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಹಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಕೆಮಿಕಲಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲಿ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಒನ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೀಡರ್ ತುಂಬ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು, ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸರಿ, ತುಂಬ ರಿಜಿಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು, ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ತರಬೇಕು, ಬಟ್ ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ತರಬೇಕು, ಒಮ್ಮೆಲೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋದಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಯು ಸಿ, ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸ್ಲೋ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಮ್ಯೂಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಫೋರ್ತ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಯು ಸಿ, ಲೀಡರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಲದು, should have the ability to bring in the timely expressions. ಬೇಕಾದ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸನ್ನು ಬೇಕಾದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ 4 ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಟು ಪ್ಲೇ ದ ರೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ಈಗ DNA ಈ ರೋಲನ್ನು ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ 3 ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಅವರ್ idea or so hereafter our intention will become or play major role in understanding the structure of DNA. So in the next session we will be discussing in detail about the structure of DNA, nucleic acids in general. Thank you.